Hello, another video for M.E.R.C.S second edition, and this one's a look at the tips and tricks of EIC. Technically I've done this video already, I don't know if it'll still be up by the time this one goes up, but yeah, I've already done it before, and before was I didn't actually play them, I haven't tried them out, but now I have. I can certainly say they're quite good in their own way. Definitely got a few tricks that other factions do have, but not quite as well, shall we say. So, a basic build I would go for is, where is it? I'd start with the leader because, well, leadership bonus, and it's got an EMP grenade, which always helpful. Let's see next. Demo. Excuse me. 2 incendiary grenades. Incendiary grenades are always useful. Plus, this demo can move and throw them. So, move 2 card lengths, throw a strength 3 grenade, no problem. Always great. Engineer. Main reason I take the engineer is because got repair kits, can move and repair people's armour. Always good. Pathfinder, is that right? Yeah, Pathfinder is not right. Yeah, sorry about that. In this faction, you can take 6 models rather than 5, or if you're playing with 10 models, you activate 7 rather than 6, which is always good. Yeah, that's what I meant. The booster, not the Pathfinder. Booster because enhancers are always good. Increase your reaction, decrease your FN. Always great. Just move those up here. Next is the heavy, just because it's heavy. Heavy's always great. I mean, you activate your full auto attack on suppression, so that's always good. Technically, I suppose if there's 2 models near each other when they move into your suppression, you could rinse them both at the same time, kind of, sort of, which is always good. But it's heavy. 4 shots, strength 3. Job done. And we come to, I think, the best sniper in the game. Yes, only 2 health. All of these, apart from the heavy and the shock trooper, have got 2 health. But this sniper rifle is strength 3, and you can shoot every turn, or every 2 turns. Aim on the first, shoot on the second. I mean, what's personal abilities? Flesh wound. Flesh wound, you ignore the first blood taken. So, yeah, that increases the survivability tenfold. I mean, smoke grenade for this model and this faction is a really, really good thing. Means that those that are really good at shooting really do not get them high-end bonuses. So that's what I think to a basic build. You've got pretty much everything you need, apart from med kits, which Shock Trooper has 1, but really the Shock Trooper's so short range, you're going to be using the med kit on the Shock Trooper anyway, I would say, but that's just me. To do a close combat build, I will get rid of the semi-autos, so you're left with the engineer and the demo. Still pretty good because they've got carbines, which could you shoot at base and short range. Not the Pathfinder, sorry. The breacher, which has got a carbine and can breach, so you blow holes in walls so models can move through, get them where you want them. Shock trooper, 2 attacks with machine pistols, can shoot it as a 90-degree spread template, 3 health, and has got a medkit, which, yeah, I'd say that's a good thing. Assimilator, yeah, when I first did a review of these, the assimilator seemed like a really bad deal. Your problem with the simulator is what you're supposed to use the assimilator for is the assimilate tech, where you put tokens down when you kill enemies. If simulators within short range, The first one he takes, arm failure for all EIC models is reduced by 2, and if you get 2 or more, your blood stat is increased by 4 models, which makes most models armor. Blood 3, some blood 4, which is good, but chances are your opponent is going to realise this and wait for you to do this ability, or you're not going to have a chance to, because, well, your opponent's just going to blast you to pieces before you're going to get the chance. So really what you want to use the assimilator for is pure close combat. I mean, it's melee 2 with the claw, strength 2, and it's civilian, so opponents are needing +1 FN to actually hit him or her, and 3 movement, so you get to move pretty much where you want pretty quickly. Bound, 4 movement. A done deal. Now you need another one, so I mean, I'd either go for the sniper or the pathfinder. The reason I'd go for the pathfinder is cluster caltrops, so you get to put them down, and unless your opponent moves through them, which they take damage, so really would you want to? You could block off movement lanes for your opponent, which your opponent can disarm them. Oh, your opponent suffers 2 blood. Even better. Yeah, so you could shut off movement lanes for your opponent. I mean, they don't affect you. They don't affect your own models. That's what you've got to be wary of. So you could move through your cluster caltrops, no problem. Which is what I would possibly do. If you're against a close combat faction, maybe play some caltrops on top of maybe the heavy or the sniper or something. So if someone who close combat wants to come in, that's them pretty much dead. Yes, they killed your sniper. They ain't going to kill anyone else off though. So that's that. Or you've got the sniper, which I've already explained. Strength 3 shot every turn. Needing 4s to hit. I mean, reaction 4 is a bit low, but or if you want, you could pop off smoke before your opponent's got a chance to shoot at other people. Yes, you can only throw within 1 card length, but you've still got that smoke option. So, I mean, you've got options. I mean, really, with the EIC, you've effectively got a large way to play how you want. You want to go in with big weapons and loads of stat bonuses. Leader, heavy, booster, sniper, shock trooper if you're really feeling lucky, engineer. I mean, they've got 2 health. That is your biggest problem. And using the assimilator as he's designed to be played ain't really going to get you very far. And also, if the assimilator dies, then the bonuses are lost as well, which could mean models are going to die just because the assimilator died, which means your game could be over in seconds, essentially. Which ain't what you want, I'm sure. So, if you... The assimilator's fine. Reaction 6, movement 3, armor 2, strength 2 weapon. It's all great. But yeah, that is your main problem. Your armor 2. Sorry, health 2. I mean, the leader's other thing is last stand. If this Merc is the last member of his team alive, he gains Act 2, which means he acts as his normal initiative and at initiative 2 unless he rolled a 2 or a 1, which is always great. But if he's the last one alive, then plans have gone horribly wrong. But at least he's got inspiring, so you increase your successes to hit. I'd possibly another, let's say you do a build with the sniper in mind. How would you build that? Well, I'd go for the sniper, obviously, the leader to give the reroll, and the where is he? The booster, just so the sniper can hit on 2s with a reroll. Who's the bloke with Stay Frosty? Yeah, demo, so you can reroll initiative if you want. Do you have to be within 1 card length? Yeah, you have to be within 1 card length, so yeah. Engineer, so you can keep... maybe not the engineer. It's a bit hard to tell. It's really hard to tell apart from these 4. I mean, these 4 are your main ones to keep the sniper alive. Maybe the heavy for suppression purposes. And maybe the Pathfinder to use as a more mobile medic, perhaps, more mobile sniper, perhaps. Maybe lay some cluster caltrops around. In this build, really, them 4 models are the main ones. I mean, the other 2, just really go with what you want to help. I mean, you could use the demo to throw some incendiary grenades around so you can get suppression off a bit more. You've got a lot of choices with this faction, and I'll just say it again, 2 health is your main weakness. It's not that you haven't got the bodies to do it, you have definitely got the bodies to do it, the job. I mean, they haven't got anyone that can take objectives quicker, they haven't got a spy or anyone like that. But, I mean, you've got all the tools to do what you want. I mean, if there's an objective nearby, just lay some caltrops down. Your opponent's not going to like that. I mean, if you put 2 lots down, that's going to mean 1 model's going to be dead, and then your opponent's going to need to get someone nearby to get them back. Sorry, to take the objective back, or take the objective in the first place, and that could be problematic. If you're against a faction that's really good at laying the templates down, doing a build like this one isn't your best bet, because having them clumped together means they are taking damage so quickly you may as well forfeit the game. But if you're against... I would say this faction excels against close combat factions, because you've got so many bodies, chances are your opponent ain't going to reach enough of you in time. Like the Kemvar assassin is probably going to kill one of you, but in return you're going to decimate him. Same with the shock troopers. The shock trooper's got less of a chance, from what I can see, than the assassin, because the shock trooper will leave you alive. The assassin, when he charges in, won't. I mean, you've got the low numbers as well for your firing. That's your thing. I mean, it's like I said, you've got so many tricks you can play to your strengths. I mean, you could dot all the models in different places around. Yes, then you won't have the synergies, but it means your opponent's really stretching to shoot you. And you obviously keep them in cover, that's the main thing of this game. But if you keep them in cover, your opponent's really going to struggle with this faction, in my opinion. Really going to struggle. Yeah, so good against close combat, gonna struggle, but they can probably, if you space them out, do it against templates. Just be careful, They're probably your biggest threat. U.S.C.R. springs to mind. They've got the Heavy and the Behemoth, which will... that's probably your biggest threat, U.S.C.R., because they've got 2 template full auto weapons, and one of them can turn into 2 small T templates which fire 2 shots each, which can really, really hurt you. But their reaction is pretty low, I have to say. You can probably get the drop on U.S.C.R. with your sniper, with your Pathfinder, and with your heavy a bit easier than some other factions can. Plus, if you notice, none of them's got a strength 1 weapon, which really, really will help you against them. So yeah, that's my thing for EIC. Good faction, a little bit tricky to use. If you're thinking about getting into the game, hold off on EIC, because this is not a beginner faction by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a particularly hard faction to get to grips with. It's just not really a beginner faction because of how the nuances work. I mean, the 2 health will annoy you a lot with this faction if it is your first faction. So, like I say, don't bother with them if you're your first faction. Maybe get them as your second once you've played a few games or something. But don't get them as your first. It's not worth it. So that's it for me. EIC updated video. They're good. Goodbye for now.